Secresy, or The Ruin on the Rock, by Eliza Fenwick, Volume 3, Letter 36. Lord Filmar to Sir Walter Boyer. Faith, Walter, I have secured a rich prize indeed. Here but its estimate. In the first place, a very lovely and adorable woman. In the second, a fine estate. In the third, an heir in embryo to inherit it. True, by the gods. Nevertheless, stop your rash conclusions, for I have heard her whole story. Therefore I tell you that Miss Ashburn is an angel, Mr. Murden a fine fellow, Mr. Valmont an idiot, Sibella a saint, and Montgomery a scoundrel. Though on my soul she talked so movingly of his never fading faith, I could not for my life persuade myself to tell her my true opinion of him. From the little she knows of Murden, her hermit and deliverer, I long to know more. I burn to tell you of her wonderful escape, of the marvellous ruin on the rock, but I have resolved to waive explanations till I come. I charge you by your friendship, breathe not a whisper of the adventure till you see me. I am going to restore her to her friends. Her eloquence did part, but truly her condition did more. I never bargained to pay off such a mortgage. I could love her dearly, but then you know my name is Filmar, and as a lord I am bound in duty to love and cherish no son but a son of my own begetting. I have dispatched 2 messengers, one for carriages and another to that inn at Hipsley, which I don't love at all now, to make inquiries after Mr. Murden. I wonder how he and I shall adjust our accounts. I fear there is a long balance in his favour. You perceive, Walter, all my secret plottings and contrivings have brought me to a fine heritage at last. Murden cannot call me anything less than a thief, and will say I deserve a thief's punishment. Valmont too will want a peck at me, neither for the credit of love nor integrity, but only because Sibella is the great-great-great-granddaughter of some one or other of his great-grandfathers. Montgomery may pretend the honour of his wife, her own phrase, impeached by her residence with me. And if you won't believe that until 2 hours since I never forced myself into her presence, why I shall be obliged by all the laws of honour and gentlemanship to prove it by the length of a sword. Heigh ho! And this pretty wisdom-speaking mortal has actually prevailed on me to endure the brunt and carry her back to Miss Ashburn. She has offered high bribes, solid comforts, made up of duty and justice, but I have a sickly palate, spoiled by other viands. I want a modern seasoned fricassee. Alas, I have no alternative, unless I shoot her and bury her under a tree. I don't know what of that sort I may be tempted to for myself, for when I have no longer her and her concerns to think of, I must turn to my own, a pretty prospect. Do you know, Walter, any way that a lord turned plain man can get a living? For unless I get it, heaven knows I must go without it. You are admiring my forbearance in keeping such a distance, Walter, but the fact is, I was a coward. Daily, almost hourly, Miss Valmont entreated she might speak with me, and I as constantly, with a great many civil excuses, declined the conversation. What could I have said but what had amounted to this? Miss Valmont, I ran away with you because I wanted your estate for want of a better. As to yourself, I know nothing about you, therefore how can I care for you? Methought, Walter, when I had your cash in hand, I should be bold. Your cash came, I pocketed it, and I proudly strutted up to Miss Valmont. The former pages will tell you the result. The plot thickens, and I am more of Montgomery's sort than I believed I was. Mr. Murden is dying. Good God, Walter, who would have thought on this? They told my messenger that he has been raving mad, and that a lady took him away for London yesterday morning. I dare not relate to Miss Valmont these cursed tidings. I am impatient to yield her up. We shall travel as fast as I think her condition may allow without danger. Filmar. End of Section 77.